What is up, everybody? It is the Naughty Investor here. Thank you for tuning in to today's video. Now, today I wanted to discuss something that's been on my mind for quite some time now, and that is in regards to Bitcoin. When are Bitcoin naysayers going to admit that they're wrong? Now, what specifically am I talking about? Well, you often hear from Bitcoin naysayers that Bitcoin is not a good long-term investing strategy. It's not a good long-term safe investment. Safety is the word. And I just wanted to talk about why I think it is and why these people are wrong. So these people will usually, even if they're not completely negative on Bitcoin, they'll say it is just a speculative asset. It's just something to speculate on. But I completely disagree. I think Bitcoin has real value, and it is not just speculation. So is there some speculation there? Of course. There's definitely going to be always some speculation with cryptocurrencies. It's a relatively new technology. But I feel like a foundational thing, I think there might be some speculation, but as a foundation, Bitcoin does have real value. Its value is in the cryptography, it is in the blockchain, it is in the ledger, and it is in the fact that it costs money to produce the Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not like a fiat currency where you could just, print it because you feel like it, right? Bitcoin has value because it's limited supply and it costs money to make. It costs about, I think it's like, depending on, it obviously depends on how good your mining devices are, but it could be up to $2,000 to produce a Bitcoin in just in electricity and computing power, right? So Bitcoins have real value. So why aren't these people who say, oh, don't invest in Bitcoin, instead, buy the S&P 500, right? And again, I've always said on my channel, diversify, diversify, diversify. I own S&P 500 ETFs. I own Bitcoin. I own both. But my Bitcoin outperforms the stock market, so much that it's at the point where I'm not even putting that much more money into that stuff. Am I putting some money away for that? Yes, of course. And I do want to get involved in real estate soon. But most of my money right now is tied up in cryptos. I've been doing very well right now. I'd say about 40% of my portfolio is in cryptocurrencies, which, for some people might say, oh, that's really risky. But most of them are safer cryptos. Not necessarily these obscure altcoins, but a lot of it is in Bitcoin, of course. A lot of it is in Ethereum. Those are two very good, while Ethereum is technically an altcoin, it's a top 5 performing one, right? It's a relatively safer one compared to something, that's just recently been put out, right? So I have really been, doing well with cryptos, and I think it is time for traditional financial advisors to bury the hatchet, put away their college textbooks, because you're not going to learn shit from that, and come over to our side and say, all right, we were wrong about cryptocurrencies. These should play at least at least 10% of a portfolio, right? At least. I'd say at least 20%, but I think if you have 10% in cryptos, I think you're doing okay. That's just my opinion. Yes, you should do more in my opinion, but hey, I think you want exposure to everything, right? You want exposure. I love emerging markets. Like, I'm based in the United States, but emerging markets means markets that like Singapore, and markets like to a lesser extent Russia, that have a lot lower PE ratios. I love those because those have a lot more room to run. But yeah, guys, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think the Bitcoin naysayers are ever going to come around to admit that they are wrong about Bitcoin? Or do you think they're gonna grind their feet in the dirt and clench down even more and just have some serious cognitive dissonance? If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe, share the video. Again, guys, helps me out a ton. Check out the links in the description if you want to get started with Bitcoin, if you want to get started with the stock market. I have a lot of great links there, and I will see you guys next time. Peace out.